see who has a heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
This is a simple game. You throw the ball, you hit the ball, you catch the ball. You got it.
Welcome to a special edition of Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live on location. Don't go away, Applebee's Tailgate Talk is next. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Real estate real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate real easy. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State Hometown Team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. The Play Action Sports Report is back in podcast form. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
Hi, this is former Major League catcher Ed Hearn, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Good Saturday morning, everyone, and welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Tom McClung, old Tomcat here alongside producer extraordinaire. All of our other cast members are on assignment today. It's just me and you, partner. We're broadcasting live from Willow Oak Farms, home of the Elkmont softball, the world-famous Elkmont softball pancake breakfast. And Coach Hobbs is, Coach Jane's running around here, and you can always hear her voice when something's going on. Before we get started too much, I'm going to ask everyone for your prayers for my family, my sister-in-law, unfortunately was killed in an automobile accident just outside of Atlanta this weekend, just the last couple of days. And Jennifer Tyler Ramsey married my brother-in-law Paul Ramsey. Great gal. She's with Jesus right now. But keep your prayers going for our family and her family as well. Producer, you got the headsets on now.
Yep.
We've got a great show. I forgot to get my readers out here. Hang on just a second.
That's okay. I'm still trying to get get all
your stuff lined
straightened up myself.
I
yeah.
tell you what, call or text us at area code 256-812-1848. That's area code 256-812-1TGT. You can find our website online at tailgatetalk.net. Also follow our Twitter and Instagram account at Tailgate Talk AL. Facebook and me, we is simple Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Subscribe to the Applebee's Tailgate Talk YouTube channel. Maybe one day we'll get that camera rolling back again. Amazon Echo, say Alexa.
Play Tailgate Talk.
And Google Home, say, okay, Google.
Play Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Hey, Bama Zach. Up there with Jesus. Download the Tailgate Talk app for Android or iPhone, powered by Crown Service, Termite and Pest Control. Look for Applebee's Tailgate Talk on iTunes, Amazon, Music, Google, Spotify, and other popular podcast platforms.
And speaking of Zach, I'm on LinkedIn.
Yes.
And I got a little notice to congratulate Zach Green on 20-something years at AdTrend.
Oh, my gosh.
Just a few days ago.
Listen.
I thought, oh, man.
We got a good show lined up for you, ladies and gentlemen. We got the Ardmore baseball coach, Andrew Smith, will be joining us. Always great. Will he be on the phone? On the phone. Oh, my goodness gracious. I can never remember that, and I should. On the First National Bank hotline, making communities great. We'll also have Jordan Paul and Dale Taylor, the girls and boys basketball coach, respectively, at Tanner. Our regular interview, I don't know if you call this guy regular or not, our regular interview, Clay Coleman, Freak Daddy. Our Swami of the SEC, AP Steadham, will be joining us. And our special guest at the top of the hour will be a fellow by the name of Seth Pepper, a mental performance coach and also a national champion swimmer out of the University of Arkansas.
Yeah.
I don't know where you get these folks, Tim.
Well,
I never
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah, that's my networking source there.
Well, that works. So let's toss it over to you to see what is going on in the sports.
All right,
and
Scores and More, brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Basketball, regular season's getting all wrapped up here in the last day or so. Bob Jones, though, defeated East Limestone boys 61-51. The Lady Indians also lost 60-32. Lauderdale County boys beat West Limestone 46-35, and it was the Lady Tigers also getting a big 65-30 win. James Clemens girls lost to St. John Paul II 39-37. And I got that score there backwards in case you're looking at it.
Okay.
James Clemens did, in fact, lose. And then, let's see, Cornersville got a close 53-52 win over Ardmore's boys, and the Ardmore girls also lost 66-48. Had some soccer games yesterday. James Clemens girls beat Hoover 2-1.
Way to go.
And then the Jets also played Hoover in the Lakeshore Shootout tournament, and that one ended up...
Say that 3 times real fast. Lakeshore Shootout, Lakeshore Shootout, Lakeshore
that
Shootout.
Ended up in a 2-2 tie.
Okay.
State indoor track meet got started yesterday. Elkmont's Alex Kuntz finished second in the 1A to 3A 800 meters. Lindsay Lane's Joquez Keith and Whitney Prize Cook were both third in their respective boys and girls 60-meter hurdles races. Today, Ardmore and James Clemens will have athletes competing there. Local football players signed scholarships back on Wednesday. Athens High's Jaden Jude went with UT Chattanooga. Tylen Suggs with Birmingham Southern. James Clemens, Edgerrin Watson, and Keenan Hill both went to UNA. And Darren Verhage with Cumberland. Tanner's Jakeem Fletcher signed with Alabama State. And Athens' Connor Beck signed his baseball scholarship with Bevel State. The final basketball rankings, James Clemens boys were 10th in Class 7A. Lauderdale County boys were 4th in 3A, and the Lauderdale County girls were 2nd. We've got area basketball tournaments starting up on Monday, and let's see, and that will be all girls on Monday. ABS girls will play Lindsay Lane at Decatur Heritage. Tanner girls will host Whitesburg Christian. Lauderdale County girls take on Colbert Heights at home. Elkmont girls will play Clements at Lauderdale County. The West Limestone girls will take on Brooks or West Morgan, depending on who wins that game. West Limestone girls are hosting. Ardmore's girls will be at Lee. East Limestone's girls will play Mae Jemison at Lee, and the Athens girls will play Madison Academy at Hazel Green. Coming up on Tuesday, James Clemens girls will be at Bob Jones. Lindsay Lane's boys will be at Decatur Heritage. ABS boys play Oakwood Academy at Decatur Heritage. Tanner boys will play Tharptown at home. Lauderdale County boys will host Colbert Heights. Elkmont's boys play Clements at Lauderdale County. West Limestone boys will play Brooks at West Morgan. Ardmore's boys will be at Lee, and East Limestone will also play at Lee. They'll be playing Mae Jemison. The Athens boys will be at Hazel Green, and then on Wednesday, the James Clements boys will play Bob Jones at Austin, and we did the Tanner and Lindsay Lane basketball games Thursday night.
How'd that go?
Well, Tanner won both games.
Okay.
But we had Megan Ellison, the Lindsay Lane athletic director, on between the games, and before she came on,
now,
she said,
wasn't she the one that we had at Applebee's?
That was the girls basketball coach.
Oh, okay,
and youth
gotcha.
Sports director.
Youth sports director.
So,
right. My bad.
So Megan was, and we used her segment from Applebee's on the Play Action Sports Report podcast. And so Megan said, we went back and listened to her segment, and somebody doesn't like Decatur Heritage. And I said,
that's Todd.
Yeah, that would be Todd. That's kind of a running thing.
We just feed off of it.
I don't remember where it all started. I don't know if he did.
Todd done that. It was I think it was when we were over at that place he come in ticked off because it didn't have any signs.
Oh, that was Mae Jemison.
Mae Jemison. There's something said about. He was already ticked, and something was said about Decatur Heritage.
I couldn't remember.
He just bopped it out there.
Yeah, I can't remember. I couldn't remember. I told her, I said, I can't remember where that all started. Maybe it was a game that he did color on where Decatur Heritage ran up the score on whoever we did the.
I have no clue.
Whoever would play anyway. But yeah,
funny.
I said she was somebody doesn't like Decatur Heritage. So anyway, that's your scores and more, brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy.
Oh, that's great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the biggest sports report going on yesterday was the Coach Brian Harsin issue with at Auburn, and AP Tim done an interview with Coach Harsin down at the Senior Bowl before he went on vacation. Yeah. So I asked AP if we could talk about that a little bit today. So.
Oh, AP.
AP Steadham, yes.
AP News.
Oh,
AP
no,
Sports.
not those guys.
Yeah.
But AP Steadham. And so maybe we can get a little insight, talk about the somebody just won a drawing.
Come on down.
Come on down. You're the next contestant on Mary Jane Hobbs coaching giveaway. So anyways, I'll talk about what I through my subscriptions and talk to AP on, get his inside information. My opinion, hands down, is Harsin will be the coach at Auburn next year. Could be wrong, but that's my prediction.
They're not going to talk to anybody on the plane, on the
jet gate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why people are surprised. I mean, the call them the powers that be down there. It's not like they've done anything stupid like that before. You know, the jet gate with Bobby Petrino and you know, sneaking around behind trying to hire a coach that you didn't because you didn't get the one you like. Yep, sorry.
The Auburn's coming out in you.
The Auburn's coming out in me. Yeah. The fan is coming out in me.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take a quick break. I'll slow down because Tim's changing it. There we go. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Go to your Amazon Echo and say Play Tailgate Talk, or your Google Home device and say Play Applebee's Tailgate Talk, and hear the show in crystal clear quality. We'll be back with more Tailgate Talk after this. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
If you're running out of space and a yard sale just isn't an option, Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage gives you the choice. Midpoint Storage on Highway 72 East has traditional or climate-controlled units along with spaces for your boat or RV. Buddy Box offers convenient, secured, portable storage units delivered right to your home. They're both locally owned, too. Call 256-800-4249. Look for them on Facebook or online at midpoint.storage.com or buddyboxstorage.com. It's a win-win situation. Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage. 256-800-4249.
The new year is upon us, and 2022 gives you too many reasons to upgrade. With Ardmore Telephone Company's broadband internet, you will be more productive working from home, enjoy seamless streaming, and blast your competition with more bandwidth. There are too many benefits to list. Upgrade your internet service today. Call ATC at 800-830-9946. New internet customers get the first month free.
WKAC wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to WKAC1080.com throughout the school year and click on the Tailgate Talk icon to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner will receive a gift card from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and a T-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and 1080 WKAC.
Hey, I'm Cody Gross. I'm the head football coach at Athens High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to so many things in my mind almost came out. Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. We're live here at Willow Oak Farms. That was one of them. I was about to say welcome back to Willow Oak Farms. Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk at Willow Oak Farms. The world-famous Elkmont softball pancake breakfast is going on. We're going to get a few of the athletes and maybe Coach Mary Jane on here in just a little bit. Tom McClung, Old Time Cat here alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. We got one Adam 12 Dodson. He's out of town.
Yep.
Coach Mayhem Clint Legg himself is with his daughters, and between working and Todd's not feeling well today, it's just us two, producer.
Yeah. Let me remind folks about the Zach Green Memorial, Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship here.
Yes, please.
I think they're going to have their golf tournament coming up. I think was it in April last year? I think it's in April. Anyway, we'll have to get Garth on to talk about that.
Yeah, it wasn't in April last year. It was in the
July. That's when it was.
July.
Yeah.
I don't know. They talked about getting it in spring a little bit.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking. Anyway, a scholarship, Memorial Scholarship, will go to two Limestone County student athletes, a male and a female. And if you'd like to make donations to that, you can mail it to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. Well, you can mail it in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive in Athens. 35613 is the zip code. Or you can also go to First State Bank of the South, 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens, and make a donation there. And you know, if you're going to write a check out, make it payable to Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. They gave their first two scholarships out last year. And right off the top of my head, I can't remember
who it is, but
it was and what schools they were from. But
thanks to Allison, she's doing a great job ensuring that this scholarship continues to go annually.
Mm-hmm. And we were talking about their golf tournament. Evidently, it went okay last year because they're going to have another one. So.
Yes, it was cart path only, which was tough on us old guys that was out of shape, but it was a great tournament. Have a seat, ladies.
Yeah, y'all.
Let's see.
Come on down.
Make sure your microphone is on. And, Coach, you want to talk to you? Well, she just set y'all down. So, all right, we'll hand it to the players. There
we only got 2 seniors here today?
We only have 2 seniors here?
Yes.
Okay, up here. Get it. There we go. Get the mic in front of your mouth. There we go. Now we can hear you. Well, now tell me y'all's names.
I'm Alyssa.
Melissa or Alyssa?
Alyssa. I'm Paige.
Alyssa.
Harwell. I'm Alyssa Harwell. Paige Robinson.
Paige Robinson, okay. Danger, Paige
and
Robinson.
Mary Jane Hobbs.
We know you. What's your last name, Alyssa?
Harwell.
Harwell? Harwll?
Yes, sir.
My granddaddy was a Harwell. My mother was a Harwell. I don't know if we're distantly related or not, but we ought to be if we ain't. You know what I'm saying? And Paige Robinson. Is your mama named Linda? Linda?
I have a cousin named Linda Robinson.
Oh, okay. Robinson?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Since you've got
Mary Jane Hobbs,
you're going to have to.
Yeah, y'all going to have to
exercise your arm there.
How's your breakfast going this morning?
As far as I know, it went real well.
Good.
We'll know later on when we count the ballots, I guess.
There you go.
Count the tickets and count the cash.
You know, I heard you over there. You were yelling the numbers out. And I told Tim, I said, you realize you've got a PA speaker with a microphone right there, and he said that would probably insult her because she would. She's not going to use a PA.
I get nervous. I can talk regular without one.
That's great.
Or at least get everybody's attention.
There you
we
go.
could just have her sit back there and do the interview from there.
Way back there, yeah.
You wouldn't have a microphone in front of you that way.
You could probably hear me.
Could
they can hear me down the hallway.
Yeah.
I don't shut my door. So.
Yeah. So, Paige, let's start with you. You're senior. What position do you play?
Shortstop.
Shortstop. Defense up the middle. No pitching?
No, sir.
No, okay. That's good. Righty, lefty?
Righty.
Righty, okay. Big stick? Hit with power?
Not really.
Oh, okay. How long have you played? Have you been?
Since 7th grade.
Oh, okay. You're an old timer then.
Yes,
huh?
sir.
All right. What are you looking forward to this year? I mean, it's your last year.
I guess just to spend time with all my friends and Miss Hobbs, I guess.
She didn't sound too certain about
Absolutely. She's got to coach him just a little bit there.
Coaching never stops.
Coaching never stops. That's right. So you've played from 7th to 12th. You got any college aspirations?
No, sir.
Not even school. Just it's too early to talk about that, right? That's good. We'll pass it to Alyssa here. So what about you, Alyssa? What position do you play?
I'm a pitcher and a right fielder.
Pitcher and a right fielder. Righty, lefty?
Lefty.
Lefty. High five. I'm married to a lefty.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You don't ever notice the uniqueness of lefties until you're married to one. Are you really, Coach? I did not realize that. But yeah, y'all are God's chosen people. Ain't no doubt about it. Coach Legg is lefty. We run into a kid that went to high school with my daughter, and it's just a couple of years ago, and they've been out since 2009. And he's at Lowe's, and he goes to sign the thing like that. I said, "You're a lefty." That explains a lot because I knew this kid in high school, and he was like out there. So back to you. What was my next question? How you been 7th through 12th too?
Yes, sir.
Yep. So y'all have played together since you're grew up together and stuff. So, do you have any collegiate plans?
I'm going to Calhoun on a softball scholarship in the spring.
Get back.
Cool.
Calhoun on a scholarship. That is awesome. What's your major? Do you know that?
I'm not sure yet.
Major in softball.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's stuff you got to take anyway, no matter what you.
That English.
That's kind of what I did.
English 101.
Well, I'll just take what I got to take anyway.
That's the only course I passed in college was English 101.
You can't tell it just by listening to
No, I went to tech school and didn't take the adequate amount of math, so when I got to college, and they're throwing business math at me, I'm failing tests right and left. So that's okay too. So what are you guys looking both forward to other than winning? Do you have a, I don't know, goal this year, special goal outside of winning? I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to say, what are y'all's plans? I grabbed the microphone. It ain't gonna bite you. Okay, they're huddling
she's
up.
She's doing the.
We want to go to regionals and make it further than we did last year.
All right, how far did you go last year? Third round?
We were at third round. We finished third.
Oh, finished third in the regionals. Gotcha.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how many juniors you got? What kind of?
We have 3 juniors.
3 juniors. So most folks say, Coach, I don't know. Let Coach have this. You start with pitching. This is what they say. Start with pitching and then defense up the middle. How solid are you girls looking this year?
I'll be solid up the middle. I'll be solid on the mound. I mean,
That's
I have
good. That's
several returning starters.
Right.
And I've got some underclassmen that are going to step in and do well, I think.
All right. What about your catcher?
But we're too early to tell because I have 7 kids still on the basketball court.
Oh.
And as you know, Elkmont's doing well
They're
this
doing
year,
very
so
good. Yes.
we'll have to wait till they finish, and I hope it's a long time.
Yeah, we saw Coach Sam in here a little earlier.
Yeah. Aren't y'all playing basketball? Okay.
Paige plays basketball.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Alyssa's been my assistant, I guess, for the last month because we have so many young ones in. So
Yeah, that's
she's
good.
been helping me with mechanics and
Senior leadership. That is a great thing.
Yeah, we did your game with East Limestone last week or a week before, and I thought I remembered the names, being called out.
Cool.
And I know I've heard your name before. I guess maybe it's, I guess it was with the scholarship. So
yeah, because she signed just a couple weeks ago. So
Okay.
That's probably what you heard.
Yeah, I remember that because I noticed the Harwell name. Tim was calling out the scholarships. That was weird. And congratulations, by the way, on that. That's a good thing. Oh, what about your catcher? You solid on the catching end?
Yeah, we'll be solid. She's a junior.
Junior, cool.
Then I've got a freshman that'll back her up. And then I have a new child coming in that's a 7th grader, so I hope to see good things out of her too.
Now, you guys cannot play off base before the pitch. It's got to pitch it. The ball has got to. Does it have to leave the pitcher's hand before they can go, or how are the rules in stealing?
No, it has to be leave the pitcher's hand.
Okay.
So we work on base length, we work on starts.
Right.
You can look at their faces some days when we do certain things, but it helps to build their legs.
Right.
that's how you shorten a game that's getting out of hand too. You start taking the leads, the early leads, and getting outs. And,
right.
You know.
We saw that when out there last year. We called one, and it was just so lopsided that the opposing team wouldn't even touch home plate. By the time they get to the dugout, they were calling them out just to shorten the game. So I hope y'all have a couple of games like that. You can, you know, you're such a big lead, you can just run on past home plate and into the dugout.
We have a signal when we get ahead enough that we have to do that.
Do you? That's great.
Maybe I'll get to use it a lot.
That's cool. So you got your own fan club. Here's your video and the whole thing. So, hey there, how you doing? You just got a mask on. It's healthy.
Proud mom moment.
Is that it? So when you guys start, Coach?
We open up February the 24th.
Okay.
That's at home. But I think the varsity game is not until that Thursday, but I think I've had to move it out with basketball. We're starting off with some JV games, doubleheaders.
Okay. Are you able to pitch yet? Hit yet? What are the rules in softball?
Yeah, we're wide open now.
Okay.
We started this week.
That's good. Those are always good days.
Are there any rule changes this year, or maybe some potential things that? Because I know we talked to some of the basketball coaches here a couple of weeks ago about this shot clock, that they're talking about doing. Is there anything in softball?
Nothing major for us. The rules are still the same. We just have to go through, different transitions of stuff, but for the most part, the rules are the same for us.
Okay. No pitch clock or anything?
No pitch clock. We have times of release and that, but no pitch clock.
Oh, okay.
Do y'all play, y'all play 7 innings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But now we play in some tournaments that are drop dead, some tournaments that are innings, finish an inning. Some tournaments are timed.
Okay.
But that's just to keep the games rolling. keep teams coming in.
What's this drop dead thing?
Well, if you're in a drop dead tournament, you want to be the visitors because that means it's drop dead on the clock.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So you don't get to finish the inning.
Gotcha.
Oh. Some of them are drop dead, finish the inning. Some of them are drop dead.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are timed, and you finish an inning.
Gotcha. I'd never heard that term before. Been to a few travel tournaments with baseball, but wasn't aware of that. But okay, that's great. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck this year. Don't be too hard on them, Coach.
Hey, I'm not too hard at all.
Crack that whip.
Hey, I try. I just want to see them play in May.
I just wanted to let y'all know one of our single greatest accomplishments is getting Coach Hobbs on the microphone on the radio. Because there was a time she wouldn't even entertain the idea. Thank y'all so much, girls. Good luck this year. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Tanner's Kiera Jeans, our Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Kiera picks up a gift card from the Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community will recognize. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I'm a First National Bank Student Advisory Board member, Rainey Oakley, from Elkmont High School. I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great, member FDIC.
Hey guys, this is Joanna Clem for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to visit CEI Bookstore. While you're here, you'll find a wide selection of Bibles, gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more for you and your church. Our friendly staff will be happy to help you with your selections while you shop in the store. We even offer personalized Bible imprinting and gift wrapping. Not in the Athens area? Enjoy shopping with us online at truthbooks.com. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Accidents happen. It's a part of life. So next time a wreck is a part of your life, Sides Auto Body Repair is there to lend a hand. Since 1987, Sides Auto Body Repair has been guiding customers through the repair process with as little stress as possible, offering free estimates, a limited lifetime warranty on their work, as well as saving you the headache of handling the insurance paperwork. They're also ICAR Platinum certified and can boast over 60 years of combined experience. Call their Highway 72 West location at 230-6464 or Highway 72 East at 444-0729. Either way, call them first. Sides Auto Body Repair. Broken bones, burns, allergies, asthma, or other such injuries or illnesses may not be life-threatening, but you still don't want to be waiting around forever in the emergency room. A Proxy Urgent Care in Madison provides a fast, pleasant experience for those unwanted occasions. Open 6 days a week, a Proxy Urgent Care accepts most insurance plans. A very affordable self-pay price is available as well. They also offer vaccinations, blood pressure checks, sports physicals, and more. Ask about their at-home COVID test, too. A Proxy Urgent Care, spelled APPROXIE, located at 101 Ivory Place in Madison between Zaxby's and O'Reilly's. Call 325-0236. A Proxy Urgent Care. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with a Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is UAH men's basketball coach John Schulman, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Born in this world, you're given a ticket to the freak show.
So you're a control freak?
It's just a freak show anyway.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen, live here from Willow Oak Farms. Listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. I think I said that twice, didn't I? Yeah, I don't know. It's all good. Tom McClung, Old Time Cat here, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and you've heard his intro. We've got him, the Freak Daddy himself, Clay Coleman. Welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey, good morning. How are you guys?
Man, we're kind of cold because they're ended up. The doors have been opened here at this. It's a wedding facility, and they've opened the doors to get everything out from the pancake breakfast. And I've got my trench coat on, just to say the least, right now.
Yeah, it's getting chilly this morning for sure.
That's for sure. So, how's everything in the Freak Daddy world?
Doing good. You know, had the Havoc had a big win last night against Knoxville, which was always good. I am absolutely, I can say this, I've actually been fined at one point during the league for comments I made in the arena about Knoxville. I hate Knoxville.
You were fined?
Yeah, I was fined. This was, I tell you, to give you a little backstory. So I played high school football in Kentucky.
Right.
Made the Kentucky All-Star team, and we went to Knoxville to play the Tennessee All-Stars. And as a kid, not really even knowing a lot about Tennessee sports or whatever, literally was the first time I ever got heckled, and I actually got spit on by a fan.
My goodness.
And so it started just this hate for Knoxville. And then when as I grew into the Kentucky basketball, Kentucky football fan, right, just don't like Knoxville. And then, like I said, working for the Havoc, the early years of the Havoc, Knoxville was a pretty dominant team in the league, and going to some of those games over there, it was just ruthless. And I actually got spit on again in a playoff situation. If you go to the Knoxville Stadium, when you sit in the suites that are on the glass, the upper level fans are directly over top of you.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So same thing happened again. This was back when I would say this would probably be the 2014-15 type time frame.
Yeah.
And came back in the arena. We're playing Knoxville. We force another game to go back to Knoxville to beat them. And I get on the microphone trying to kind of hype the crowd up a little bit. And I'm just like, hey, guys, I hate Knoxville. And it is the worst place to go visit in the entire SPHL. Their gym is like a high school gym. There'd be nothing better than to go there and beat them and go further into the SPHL bracket. Well, I mean, their owner was at the game and literally ran across the arena, and and technically we're not supposed to turn it into a WWE banter match on the microphone. So right. He came after me, literally poked his finger in my chest. How dare you? We make money too, and now your fans aren't going to want to come to our. I mean, it was a wild thing, but yeah, it was the league was fined $1,000. Now Keith, our owner, or the Havoc, was fined $1,000 for my comments, but luckily Keith, our owner, I'd never done anything like that before, so he took the hit for me. But I was given a pretty stern warning that the next time it would come out of my pay or pocket. So
where were you when you made these comments?
I was in the VBC on the microphone. We had just beat Knoxville to force an extra game in our playoff.
Were you on the ice?
No, I was out. I was actually out standing. There used to be, like, I would always, towards the end of the game, I would stand on one of the stairwells behind the benches.
Yeah.
And I literally, as we won, I used that kind of as a pulpit to do my preaching, and it didn't go very well.
Well, I was thinking if you were on the ice, y'all could have fought out there.
Yeah.
No, it was. And to be honest with you, I honestly thought that it was going to get to that, because this guy was very aggressive.
Yeah.
And but I was at least smart enough to know that I kind of started it, so I needed to kind of chill and not get in a bad situation. But yeah, it's just, but like I said, I even last night, it's funny, Glenn DiTullio, the coach, messaged me because there's a SPHL fan cave, and I usually don't get in there and comment or do anything or whatever. But there's this one Knoxville fan that just gets in there and just says some of the stupidest, meanest stuff. And I can't, and so he was calling a couple of days ago, when Knoxville passed us for first place, made a comment, called us the Huntsville Huggies, which is like the lamest name ever. But I guess he was playing off the fact that we raise money for the NICU babies.
Oh, I got you.
Which was to me, even lower and whatever.
Class.
Well, last night the Havoc, beat Knoxville in Knoxville 5-3, and so I went and I had to do it, but I posted a little picture of the winning of 5-3, and I just said it must be awful losing to some Huggies. Glenn messaged me and said, "You just can't not do that, can you?" And I go, "I'm sorry.
It's a
I'm sorry.
thing,
I shouldn't." Yeah, but
next year maybe you could have a special Huggy night when you play Knoxville.
Right, absolutely. I would love to do anything with, like I said, because it's a behind the scenes rivalry. Like I said, they were the top dog. I mean, even before Peoria. I mean, they had the championships. The arenas were packed. I mean, sometimes, it's hard to look back, but like when I first started with the Havoc, we were only averaging about 1,500 people a game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to look and remember that now. And then we started, passing them with our attendance, and we'd won the 2 championships. So they don't like us at all. I mean, but like I said, the same way back and forth is the fact that we're successful and have really turned the corner.
The feeling is mutual.
Right. It'd be kind of like if Auburn all of a sudden won like 5 championships,
Yeah.
It would be rough for Alabama fans. So I know that they're struggling. But yeah, I'm definitely not a Knoxville fan.
They had us fearing the thumb there.
Yeah, there was that time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're funny. But like I said, that's the fun thing about sports. So you got to have a little bit of rivalry, and right now in our league, the ones that are normally have been our real rivals, like Birmingham and stuff, they're not doing as well as what we had. So it's good to kind of have, we're 1 point ahead of Knoxville right now. Like last night gave us that extra push. So we're 27-7-1. So I mean, that's a good record, and they're 26-6-1. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be. We just got to find our own. I mean, we lost Max, and that when you lose your goalie, that was the best in the league.
Any chance of getting him back, or is he solidly?
The only way, I think the only way. Thank goodness, the only way that he would be able to come back is if Toledo gets eliminated from the ECHL playoffs before, because usually they're a little bit ahead of us. So if he were to be eliminated from the playoffs, and then our playoffs hasn't started yet, then he can get on our roster and come play for us because he's played more than 5 games for us. So
okay.
There is a chance, but then also, it's. What if we get this goalie, Steves that we have now? Borva got hurt. I mean, if he runs the little area here, it's kind of almost like, well, which one deserves it more?
Right.
The guy that's here and played and kept us going. So I mean, we're still doing pretty good. We play Birmingham tonight, and Birmingham's struggling. They're 9-21. So you never know. You can still lose a game, and Birmingham's going to always step it up. But it's a special night at the arena tonight. We got the Melissa George night, which is always just an amazing night for us. And then tonight we're doing something kind of different and kind of special. When you do have that rivalry, you have things. But there was a guy by the name of Christopher Easter that was he and his wife. He and his wife. He's in Birmingham. He was a firefighter down in Birmingham for 18 years, but he was a firefighter, I think, for 26 years. And it was a really horrific situation. He was shot and killed by his stepdaughter's boyfriend.
Wow.
Right at Christmas. So it was a horrible situation. And he and his wife Stacy I remember meeting them a long time ago because they would drive up and come to the Havoc. They loved hockey so much that they would come up and watch Havoc games before Birmingham even existed. And then when Birmingham got a team, then they of course became really avid Bulls fans, and but would still come up to all the games and stuff. So tonight we don't normally do like our guardian of the game that's a former military, someone that's done something. So tonight we're honoring Chris and his family for our guardian of the game.
So this is not the Christopher,
something different.
Not the Christopher Easter from that you know, or that we both know.
No, right, yeah, right. No, it's a total different. It's crazy, kind of eerie that in the same year, two people that are somewhat affiliated with hockey with Huntsville or died. Yeah, Chris Easter was one of the guys that worked at the Von Braun Center. That good friend of mine that I'd known for a long time.
Yeah,
but no, this is a different. It's kind of eerie, a different Christopher Easter, but we thought that it was just a fitting moment, even though it's the NICU night, that invite them up, let them know how much we're praying for their family, and anytime you lose someone, but then when it's how do you deal with your husband gets killed by your daughter's boyfriend? I mean, that just
that's crazy.
That adds a whole nother level. Plus, like I said, done days before Christmas. It's never a good time that you lose somebody, but holidays will never be the same for them. And we just thought it would be fitting that we're rivals with Birmingham, but at the end of the day, we're all one big family, and
all right,
we got to love on the people that deserve it. So
absolutely. Well, tell us how to get tickets, brother.
Okay, yeah, tickets 256-518-6160. You can call there. They are actually there at the VBC now. The beautiful part about calling us is you avoid any Ticketmaster fees online, which those things can be atrocious. So get your tickets. Come see a special night. We'll raise a bunch of money for the Huntsville Hospital NICU and hopefully get a big win and gain some more ground on Knoxville.
Yeah, Knoxville, bunch of punks. Take a word from our buddy Todd the Bod. That's a bunch of punks.
You're right. right.
Absolutely. Thanks, brother. We'll talk to you next week.
Appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, buddy. See ya.
Problem. Take care. Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was our local Huntsville Havoc hookup, Freak Daddy himself, Mr. Clay Coleman. It's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk with WKAC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Zach Bauer, Megan Perkins, Bobby Dempsey, Tracy Bailey, Andy Pilot, and Haley Boozer, this week's Howl with the Havoc winners. They each pick up tickets to see the Huntsville Havoc in action this season. Enter your name for our weekly drawing at tailgatetalk.net, and you may be one of our next winners. Tailgate Talk will be right back. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. We take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. Check out the WKAC sports page. Go to WKAC1080.com and click on the WKAC sports icon. You can listen to the current sports stream as well as game archives, past coaches shows, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk on demand. If you're on your smartphone, you can stay automatically updated as new items are posted. The WKAC sports page, another reason why your best source for Limestone County sports is WKAC1080.com and 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is West Limestone Boys basketball coach Justin Taylor, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here from Willow Oak Farms. Tom McClung, Old Tom Cat, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. The Elkmont, world-famous Elkmont pancake breakfast was going just a little while ago, but they've got everything broke down and put the venue back for the wedding this evening, so it was a good time listening. We're going to do our remainder of the show here, and we've got the head baseball coach from the Ardmore Tigers, Andrew Smith, joining us. Hey, Andrew, welcome to the show, Coach.
Good morning. Thank you, guys.
Welcome back to the show.
To be with you this morning.
Yeah, buddy. It's always good. It's cold out there this morning. The wind's blowing, but are you on the baseball field?
I am not right now. I went this morning and did a few things, but I'm back at home right now.
Back at home. Now, this is we talked about it last week with the James Clemens Jets coaches, but it's got to be difficult to have to play in this kind of brutal weather, the cold and stuff.
It is. I'm sure he might have said the same thing. I'm not sure, but I wish it would be really good if we could move it back the start of the season to later on, like beginning of March or middle of March, sometime like a couple of other states do. But it is what it is. It's tough most days because it's either if it's warm, it's fixing to rain a lot, or it's really cold. That's pretty much the two ways we have it.
Yeah, that here. Subject was brought up
and spoken on at length, and we all agree with what you just said. We'd love to see it because back when when I played, say Todd and I, we played at the same time. Baseball season started right after AEA week. That's when you started practicing. And
people don't know what AEA is.
Yeah, people don't know what AEA is.
I don't know what it is now. Everybody's spring break's different. It's not that one week where we're all the same.
Yeah. For those who don't know, AEA was the Alabama Education Association. It was a week that they had. I think the teachers went down for the conference, and school was out for an entire week. So we got a break there, and just as the weather was getting warmed up.
Yeah, but it would be good if they would move it back. I mean, hopefully, I think there are some proposals this year if the HSAA they've been submitted to be voted on the next couple of months by the schools. But it'd be really nice if we could move it back. It would be.
Well, I think one of the things was maybe the issues they had was the season maybe going past graduation. I guess maybe for state playoffs. Or
if a kid's playing the third round of the playoffs, I don't think they're going to care if they've graduated high school. If they're still getting an opportunity to play, and for most cases, I think they'll be fine with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going into junior or whenever.
Exactly. Well, let's talk about Ardmore baseball. What you got coming back this year, Coach?
We have our number 3 pitcher from last year is back, and then from there on down, pretty much 3 through 7, we lost our top 2 arms, our game 1 and game 2 guy from last year. So we got to get some experience early for those guys and some bigger games to get them ready for area play. But position wise, we have five guys that position wise that played last year a good bit. It's not started most games, so that side of it we should be we're pretty seasoned, I guess to say. So that should be good with that experience coming back. We got a group. We got 8 seniors that that have been around.
Oh, good.
A lot. So that the leadership from them is going to be key for us.
We talked with Coach Hobbs, Coach Mary Jane Hobbs at Elkmont softball a little while ago, and one of the things I brought up is it's a 7-inning game, of course, but you guys can play off the base. You can steal before the pitcher throws the ball. Talk about that. You have your signs, and I guess you do your scouting and know who you can try to steal off, and which speed you got.
We try to watch those kind of things and get some times on pitchers and catchers both to kind of get an idea of who we can and can't run on. And of course we know our guys' speed and what they're capable of, and if we can run. And so just try to get them in situations to be successful more than anything by that, like between innings and things like that, watching times and things like that.
So another question, this I don't know, bunting is a lost art a lot of times. Do you give your speed guys the freedom if, say, you're at a certain point in the count, that the catch your third baseman or the first baseman playing too deep, lay one down the line and get to first, or is all of those pre-called?
Now, some of our guys we say, look, if he's back, then you have the opportunity. I mean, if you see him back, then take it, get on base any way you can. So we have a couple of guys that can do that bunt for base hit at any time, and so that some of it's kind of on them, and most of the time bunt for base hit is on them.
Gotcha. I used to hate to be playing short or something, and the lefty comes up there and lays a drag bunt down, and he's already halfway to first base before you even get your hands on the ball.
Yeah, before you know what's happening. So we're speed wise, we got a couple guys that can run, so we don't have that much speed, I guess, per se. We have to go do small ball. We do that, but most of those bunts are called.
Gotcha.
They know what's coming. But
all right, well,
just for base hits, a couple of guys that can do that.
Cool. Just the opposite. What about power? You have any power hitters this year?
Got a couple. I believe that'll be able to hit for some power this year, and that's one of them. He's been starting since his 10th grader, Mason Beans. He should be 3 or 4 hole this year for us, and he's had a lot of varsity experience now, so he should be. And then a couple other guys kind of expecting some out of that have gotten a lot stronger this off season and worked really hard in the weight room and just working on things on their own and in the off season as well. So
gotcha. I know people get tired of hearing what way things were back when we played ball, but each school had its own field. The West Limestone field was shorter than most in left field because that's what they had. The Tanner field was it was a pretty good field. I think 275 down the line. So you get a few more home runs at maybe a shorter field, but then you had East Limestone with that 390-foot center field fence, and it's difficult to get one out of there. How do most fields? Yeah, it would take a poke to get one out of there. Are most of your fields now pretty well the same, or how does that work?
Most of them are. West Limestone's is huge.
Is it?
You get one out there. Yeah, their new field is really, really big, but most of them are. There's a couple that are pretty small, I guess now, per se, short porches that you see a lot more at. But ours play down the line. To get one out, you really need to hit down the line at ours. If you get one in the gap or center at Ardmore, you really hit one.
Yeah.
And so it plays pretty big in the gap. So
that's good. Tim, I've been hogging the air, man.
I was just thinking, you mentioned seniors. Can you remember all 8 of them here off the top of your head and kind of give them a shout out?
Yes, sir. Let's see. Mason Billions. He's been with us all the way through. He started. This will be his 3rd year starting. Mason, Nathan Embry, Bryce Camp, Blake Chapman, Seth Travis, Charlie McNeese, Connor Hicks, and hang on just 1 second. Forgot one. Drew Daly. I don't know how I forgot him. He's pretty hard to forget. But that's the 8 that we have. He's been starting as well for this will be his 3rd year. He'll be in center field for us this year and leadoff hitter. So
okay, so I've got to ask this. Connor McNeese, who's his daddy?
With Connor Hicks or Charlie McNeese?
Oh, Charlie McNeese. My bad. McNeese, the McNeese kid.
His dad is Devin.
Devin, okay. But everybody knew Steve McNeese back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Played at Ardmore.
They may be related, but yeah, I know who you're talking about. I do.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time, man. It's always good talking ball, and we didn't get into steel cleats or anything like that, so we'll save that for the next time.
Okay, sounds good. Appreciate you having me on.
Thanks, Coach. Guys. Yes, sir. Coach Andrew Smith, Ardmore Baseball, and it's time to take a break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
You can help Limestone County student athletes by donating to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. Send it in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613, or make it in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. We'll be back with Tailgate Talk after this.
This is Joanna for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Many of you are searching for Bible study materials for your Bible classes. Our best-selling Bible curriculum, Discovering God's Way, is a reliable tool for teaching students of all ages through the Bible in its entirety. We're sure you'll love this curriculum, and if you'd like to see other options of Bible classes, we'll be happy to help you select from our topical studies. So stop struggling with the search and come by and let us help you select reliable and meaningful study materials for your class today. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
The new year is upon us, and 2022 gives you too many reasons to upgrade. With Ardmore Telephone Company's broadband internet, you will be more productive working from home, enjoy seamless streaming, and blast your competition with more bandwidth. There are too many benefits to list. Upgrade your internet service today. Call ATC at 800-830-9946. New internet customers get the first month free.
Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Be listening for Limestone County area high school baseball action this season from Play Action Sports. Your coverage of ABS, Athens, Clements, East Limestone, Elkmont, James Clemens, Lindsay Lane, and West Limestone online at pasnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device or on your Play Action Sports app. Afterwards, you can download each game from the archives or stream it on demand. While you're there, check out our schedule of upcoming games. Limestone County area high school baseball from Play Action Sports.
Hey, this is former Alabama offensive lineman Griff Redendale, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Tom McClung, old Tom Cat here alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, and we're live from the Willow Oak Farms location here just outside of Elkmont, Alabama. Beautiful wedding venue. Thanks for letting them thank them for letting us use it. But we followed up after the world famous Elkmont softball pancake breakfast. They're packed up and gone. The place is reset for a wedding tonight. It's not too late to back out, but that was a joke. That was a joke. Anyway, we have our special guest on the Tailgate Talk special guest segment brought to you by Yellowhammer Roofing. His name is Seth Pepper, mental performance coach and national champion swimmer. Wow, from the University of Arizona. Welcome, Seth.
Thank you for having me. I'm looking forward to this.
I asked Tim, I said, where do you get these guys from? He goes, Facebook. I'm Facebook friends with everybody. So tell us about Seth Pepper. I mean, we got to talk about the national champion swimmer, but tell us a little bit about the mental performance coach. How did you get involved in such a gig?
Yeah, it's quite a story. It kind of comes out. It sounds like a movie, but it's real life. I started my sport when I was 14 years old with just this idea. I wanted to go to the Olympics. And so it's been kind of a mental experiment and experience from the beginning. So yeah, I just took an interest in the Olympics, started studying the Olympics. Then I chose the sport based on what I could, have access to in my small town. And so basically from there, I walked up to the head coach and said, I want to go to the Olympics. Can you help me? And he said, do you know how to swim? And I said, no idea. And he started laughing. And so he put me with the little 8-year-olds. I'm 14 at the time. So, you can imagine being with second graders.
I bet.
But at the same time, my dad he wasn't an athlete himself, but he was always interested in self-development. So he had this book on, it was memory actually, but it talked about kind of the beginning of sports psychology. So it was all about training your mind. So it got me curious of okay, I can train my body, but then what, I can train outside as well. I can train my mind when I'm not in the pool. And that's what got me started. And, really within 4 years, I became the state champion. And then from there, I went to, as you said, University of Arizona. By the time I was a sophomore, I was racing the Olympic gold medalist and beating him the entire race until the final stroke. So within 6 years, I'd gone from being this crazy dreamer to the real deal. So from there, I eventually won the national title a couple times my senior year, and also worked with my brother. He started even later. He started when he was about 17. And so I started doing with him what I do with people now, which is that remote coaching. And he also became a national champion. And so we're the first brothers to ever win the same national title in the same event in the history of swimming. So
speaking of event, which event was it?
Butterfly, 100 butterfly.
Wow,
yes.
Okay. That doesn't look like your head ever comes out of the water, man.
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's you kind of have to have a good rhythm, and yeah, it takes some skill.
Well, you talked about you were beating these other guys up until the final stroke. Now, I guess that some mental strength comes in to be able to get over that hump too. Exactly. And that's kind of what I try to coach from now, is about winning. It's an interesting subject to be able to say, from personal experience, that's what kind of puts me apart from a lot of others, is that I will actually go, with the athlete mentally to go, okay, you've been second a bunch of times, you want to win, and they'll of course say, yeah. Okay, well, it's a journey and it's something else, but it's well worth it. And so I was second my sophomore year. I was second my junior year. And so I needed to do something by my senior year. And finally, I'd figured it out. And, it's an interesting place because you're trying to go to the top of this mountain that no one else is there when you win. And so I was fortunate. I had a coach that was a world record holder and also Olympic gold medalist himself. And so he was really the person that he was the one that got me curious of what's the difference between winning and losing, and he kept saying, you got to stop apologizing for your greatness, and I was like, what do you mean? I'm training hard and, I'm really putting it out there, and and he just said, no, it's something else. It's another level. And finally it clicked and I took it to another level, thankfully.
Who was your Olympic coach? I've got to ask.
Yeah, Rick DeMont, he, he was a great swimmer, and he was a great inspiration for me. So he was kind of the one that could take and speak from personal experience and then impart that into me. And he used to say things to me. He was an artist as well, so he kept things really simple, which is what I like to do. And he said, you're fast all the time. You're fast when you go to the bookstore. You're fast when you go have lunch. You're fast, So he got my mind around this idea that I didn't have to just go to this competition and that was it. It was like, I'm fast all day long, right?
Yeah.
And that just, things like that he just brings it back home,
Huh.
I had a question in my mind and it went straight out. It was going to be probably the best question of the entire interview. And it just went, oh, I know what it was. Did you ever try out for the Olympics?
Yes, sir. I did, and so that's part of my story as well. I first time. So one of the stories that I wanted to point out was when I first started working with my mind, I took this curiosity of the subconscious mind. Like, we're used to the conscious, the things that we're talking about all the time, the tip of the iceberg. But there's this thing that happens, like we're able to get in our car, we're able to drive from point A to point B, and go to the grocery store and not even think about it once. Like, what is that? That's like there's something going on there underneath the surface. So that's what I was trying to tap into. And so originally I went and got a Sports Illustrated, cut out the Olympian and put him on my wall, and then I put a picture of myself up on the wall, and I would think about it over and over. I was triggering this thought, like, okay, he wants to see me go there, and I want to go there, and all these kind of conversations depending on the day were going on in my head, but I was trying to trigger this over and over. Well, he is Pablo Morales, and when I won the national championship, he actually was the one at the ceremony that handed me the trophy. The guy from the wall.
Wow.
So, yeah. But the part of this story that's, has a twist to it is that he did what I don't think's been done since even. He was in retirement. He came out of retirement, and he beat me at Olympic trials to take the spot that I would have taken on the Olympic team. So I like to tell people, you got to be clear. You got to be clear. So if you're going to put your idols on the wall, make sure you keep them retired, because they can come back and bite you. So.
And you're talking about driving to the store and not even thinking about it. You ever driven, and then all of a sudden you come to yourself, wow, how did I get here? That's kind of scary.
No. Yeah, but when people, like I'm working with, all types of different people of, all this different sports, but they'll be standing over a ball and they'll be thinking, okay, I got to do A, I got to do B, I got to do C. I'm going, wait, you can get in a car. It's a lot more dangerous than this game. And, you can drive from here to the grocery store and back and not have one thought, but you're going to stand over this ball and think that you need to think yourself through this?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's got to become second nature sooner or later, if you're going to improve.
Exactly.
I did like you, Tom, and I had a question in my head, and it just kind of flew in. Oh, do you have like regular clients that you work with? I mean, I'm not going to ask any names or anything, but is that something that you do?
Yeah, definitely. I work with top professional athletes, multi-million-dollar careers. I work with top D1 head coaches. So, for I've worked with full football teams, I've worked with a lot of sales executives, and also I work with a Netflix film director. So,
oh, cool.
These are, yeah. So, and they all want to be coached the same way, right? So I was able to go over to Formula One racing, and I was on this interview there, and that's where the Netflix film director asked me, he said, could you coach me like you would coach a driver? And I said, sure. Yeah, let's do it. So what's the common element between if we're talking about athletics or we're talking about business or we're talking about arts? It's pressure, right? Like, how do we handle pressure? And that's what I'm trying to help people go through, because it's uncomfortable, but that's the way it is, right? So we have to embrace the discomfort. And so with the Netflix film director, there's a lot of pressure on set. Everyone's looking to him for guidance. So he's like the coach, right? And everything is pointed at him, and he has to handle that pressure and be clear of mind, right? Same thing with the head D1 coach has to do the same thing. So yeah, it's been interesting, very interesting to work with all these high people that have a lot at stake. Yeah. I've been working with, like golfers in particular. I've helped someone win a tournament, and that last putt, it was worth $200,000. If he misses that putt, that's $250,000 almost, right? That's high pressure, high stakes. And to be able to keep someone like in the pocket of where they're at, in your body, not in your heads. I mean, that's been a real honor to be able to work with people like that.
I was wondering if there was like a common issue that these folks have. And of course, it would be pressure, I guess.
That would be the commonality. Absolutely.
Especially, people. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, you're good. You're good.
Well, people will ask, what do you do? People like to ask that. So the quickest soundbite that I have is that I help people get out of their own way. I got this story. Someone contacted me. I did not know who they were. They said, "Can you have a call with me?" And I said, "Sure," just like we're talking now. And it was Monday, and he said a workout on Thursday. And so I said, okay, let's get to it. And so he's starts telling me about what he's going through, what his challenges are, how he's gotten close to winning so many times. Turns out, he's a basketball player. And so I'm always listening for patterns. So there's a pattern of expanding, and then there's a pattern of blockages, right? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I don't judge anything. I'm just right there trying to be, attentive to what they're going through. So I felt like he was getting in his own way a lot. And so I gave him a tool to get around it. I only had 4 days, right? And so he goes to that workout and he contacts me afterwards, and he's all excited. He said, "I made it." And I said, "What do you mean you made it? I thought it was a workout." He goes, "No, it was a tryout. I'm in the NBA now." Yeah, so you see the effect that on Monday he's the same physical, ability. He's in the G League, the Gatorade League, the minor leagues.
Yep.
And then on Thursday he's trying out for the top team in the NBA. So they're only looking for the best of the best. And the only difference between Monday and Thursday was between his ears.
Wow.
That's cool.
And you got between his ears.
And you were the man that got him that big contract in the NBA. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's been really rewarding, and it's interesting to work with athletes and coaches in particular because they need something now. So I think the difference for me is that I've been to the battlefield, the athletic battlefield, and I've been able to go out there under pressure and fail, right, and then come back and figure it out, and then go back out there and maybe fail again. And then come back, figure it out a little better, and then go out and win. And so when I'm working with someone, I'm trying to just find out where they're at, and I understand the pressure. So it's not out of a book, or watching it on YouTube or something. It's out of consistency, right? And, we got to work on the little things for the big stuff to happen. And so a lot of times when it's under pressure, it's very, very, very simple. It's so simple that it's the first thing we overlook.
Well, now, I would think that the first thing that comes to somebody's mind whenever they would think about coming to somebody like you for help would be that they are not up to the level that they think they should be at. Now, do you run into people that... And I don't know if these folks would even come ask for help or not, but the folks who need to be reined in a little bit.
Yeah, that's a very good question. What I find is that when people go through disappointment, they start to, try and manage their expectations, and they get lower and lower. So to me, what I actually do is the opposite. Let's get the expectations up so that you get motivated, you get inspired, and then let's just handle, failure better. And that's what's missing. So, lowering your expectations never feels good. It's something that you try to convince yourself, I can do without, right? No, we want to be inspired. We want to go after something. We want to go for the gold. We want to go for the win. And that's, we need that. But we also need to be able to handle failure in a way where it's really super constructive. So when I'll start with someone, a lot of times they won't even say their goals. And I start with the goals. They might have said them when they were a little kid. Yeah, I work with NHL hockey players, for instance. And one of them, I remember talking to him for the first time, and this is before, and I was like, what do you want to do? And he wouldn't even say the letters NHL, right? Because he had been so disappointed for so long of getting so close. I was like, man, you got to say it if you want it to happen, right? We got to speak this into happening, right? And so through time, he started to get more and more comfortable with allowing himself to dream again.
Yeah.
And from those dreams, you start to feel those feelings. And then it's like, okay, let's connect the dots, because we got to fail, and we're going to fail a lot. And that's going to be the thing that actually feeds you, right? So like the ancient warriors knew, like, my courage is going to come through failure. And I'm going to need to go through the fire. And confidence is kind of the end result that everyone's kind of looking for. And so how do we get confidence? Well, confidence is earned. It's not something that you're born with. It's not something that someone hands to you. It's not something you necessarily read in a book. It might be helpful in a book, but you still got to go out there and earn it, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do, is help people go through the fire.
Yeah. And, the older you get, the less realistic or reachable, I guess, those goals tend to get, and you reach a certain age. How old can you get before you and I know you're going to say never. You're never too old to go for your dreams, Yeah.
Well, I think, within reason, I think that there is no limit. We can start with a dream and maybe it changes. So I always start with a dream and go, okay, where do you want to go from here? So every time, I call it gardening the goals, right? So we go, first thing we do when we start talking is, okay, let's talk about our goals and say them out loud. If they don't fit, if they need to be changed, just like a weed, we'll pull a weed out and we'll put something in, put a different seed in there. And so, but I've had really great success. Like I work with this golfer, and he said, I finally want to win. I've been second, third. I've been for a very long time, and I didn't know what very long meant until he actually won. So this is a guy that he came up with, the ranks of like Phil Mickelson, like the big guys. And he was beating him back when he was younger. And then his mom had passed away, and that had actually changed his dynamic in his life. Yeah. And so he's never really the same. And so here he was living out his dream now. He was going for it. And he gave me 5 tournaments that were on our map to start with, and he won 2 of them.
Wow.
And the first time he won, he was like a little kid. It was amazing. He said, I haven't won since college. And he's 51 years old. So that's 30 years of not winning. Huh. And then broke the seal, and he went out and won, the next tournament as well. So,
wow.
I don't think you're never too old, but you might have to adjust depending on the sport, adjust the dream a bit.
Right. Yeah. And that's, 30 years.
30 years.
He hung in there too. A lot of folks would have just said, "Forget this. I'm going to do something else."
Exactly. Yeah, it was still burning inside of him. So it was nice to see him be able to see it, and he was like a little kid holding the trophy. I mean, it was awesome.
Something I was kind of curious about. Your name Pepper.
Yeah.
I don't know if you do Ancestry.com or not. Do you?
There's a lot of peppers around here.
I started to say, do you have any kinfolks around here? Because when we moved here, I was in the 4th grade, and I thought, man, there's a lot of peppers around here.
Not that I'm aware of, but I do know that I was related to, or when he was alive, is Claude Pepper. The politician that came out of Florida. So that's all I know. I don't really, no.
Oh, okay.
I mean, quite possibly, but I haven't met a lot of peppers in my life.
Yeah. Well,
it's always fun growing up when you're a little kid, and back then we had "I'm a Pepper," the Dr. Pepper T-shirts.
Yep. Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
Yeah. Well, I started saying
exactly.
Around here, I'm a pepper, you're a pepper, we're a pepper. So that was kind of off the.
It's all right. We get her
out of the blue question there.
Yeah. So. It didn't go to the honeybee section, so that's okay.
No.
So, I was fixing to say, how can somebody find you if they're, say, we got somebody here that's interested, and what is your website?
Yeah, it's just pretty simple. It's my name, so it's Seth Pepper. And when I'm talking to an operator, I always say it's Seth, S-E-T-H, and then Pepper, like salt and pepper. So, SethPepper.com. And that's probably the simplest way. I am on all the social media platforms with the same, at Seth Pepper. So try to put it out there. And if you go to the website, I have a lot of the interviews that I've done. I like to, I'm an open book, so go ahead and get familiar if you want to, and listen to some of the interviews. And there's a lot of helpful instruction in those videos to get people started. So,
all right.
I love connecting with people. So please reach out.
Well, Seth, you just had 110 followers on Twitter. You now have 111. So
awesome.
Following you on Twitter, there, brother.
We're taking off.
Absolutely, the sky's the limit, man.
Exactly.
But thanks again for joining us. It's been a good conversation, and everybody find Seth at SethPepper.com or at Seth Pepper on Twitter, and I guess that's the same for Instagram and everything else, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
All right, well, buddy. Yeah. Don't be a stranger. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
You too, Seth. Thanks, sir.
Okay.
That was Seth Pepper on the Tailgate Talk special guest segment brought to you by Yellowhammer Roofing. It's time to take a break. We'll be right back.
Congratulations to Tanner's Kiera Jeans, our Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Kiera picks up a gift card from the Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
If you're running out of space and a yard sale just isn't an option, Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage gives you the choice. Midpoint Storage on Highway 72 East has traditional or climate-controlled units along with spaces for your boat or RV. Buddy Box offers convenient, secured, portable storage units delivered right to your home. They're both locally owned, too. Call 256-800-4249. Look for them on Facebook or online at midpoint.storage.com or buddyboxstorage.com. It's a win-win situation. Midpoint Storage and Buddy Box Storage. 256-800-4249. Real estate, real easy. That's the motto at Innovative Realty Solutions, and providing the highest quality real estate services is their mission. With sound real estate advice, the latest information, and a skilled analysis of the real estate market, Innovative Realty Solutions offers a better home buying and selling experience with a fair, ethical, and, yes, innovative process. Innovative Realty Solutions. Visit them on Facebook, online at innovativerealtysolutions.com, at 100 North Clinton Street in Athens, or call 230-5950. Innovative Realty Solutions. Real estate, real easy. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Want to howl with the Havoc this season? Now's your chance from Tailgate Talk and the Huntsville Havoc. Just go to tailgatetalk.net and register your name. Then listen to Tailgate Talk Saturday mornings at 10 as we announce the weekly winners of Huntsville Havoc tickets. Howl with the Havoc this season from the Huntsville Havoc, Tailgate Talk, and 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is Michael Parker, head football coach at Clemens High School, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're live here at Willow Oak Farms, originally this morning with the Elkmont softball pancake breakfast. That's cleaned up and gone. There's a wedding going to be happening here at Willow Oak a little bit later today. In the meantime, we have the Tanner basketball coaches joining us. The girls coach, Coach Jordan Paul, and the boys coach, Dale Taylor. Gentlemen, coaches, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So we're getting down to the short rows of the basketball season. How are things going? We'll start with Coach Paul and talk to us a little bit how things are progressing.
We're primed and ready to go for a run. We've finished our regular season on Thursday night, 19-4, and I think the girls are excited for this challenge as we start the postseason.
Where will the postseason be held for your girls?
We host the area, so we'll play Whitesburg on Monday, and then if we win that, we will play the winner of Hatton and Tharptown on Thursday.
Gotcha. So I'd say your chances are pretty good there, bud. Hatton usually brings a pretty tough team. In the past, they did, anyways.
They do. They're very tough. We had a tight one with them last time, and should be a challenge, But the girls know at this point in the season, everybody's a challenge. It's a one-game season. You got to win the one in front of you, and then we'll focus on the next one. I think we're ready. I think we're prepared. We've seen a lot of different things this year, and like I told them yesterday, you can be confident when you've prepared and you've seen all these different things. You can go and have confidence, play loose, and play together. So I think we're ready.
That's great. How about you, Coach Taylor? How are the boys?
Boys have really came on in the last few weeks, especially after Christmas. We've won a good many games, and guys are feeling really confident. We've had some guys kind of step up here lately, and we were fortunate enough a couple weeks ago to win a huge game at Whitesburg and solidify our regular season area and be able to host the area tournament at our place. So our first game will be on Tuesday night. We'll play 6:30, and then if we're fortunate enough to beat Tharptown on that Tuesday night, then we'll play in the finals on Friday night if we take care of business Tuesday against Tharptown.
That's what it's all about, isn't it, Coach? It's taking care of business, like Coach Paul said, one at a time. After this, if when you lose, the season's over. Am I correct on that?
That's correct. If you win the first one, you're guaranteed two games. The finals of the area.
Okay.
And then you're guaranteed a sub-region game. But you really want to win all those games, so you've got good momentum going into the postseason. Because once you get out of your area, in many cases, even in your area, that area final game is going to be tough, and then you want as much momentum going into that sub-region game as you can get, especially if you have to travel when you're on the road.
Right. Now, it's do you guys? I guess it's the area. Is that still played at Wallace?
That's a region.
Region?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's we would have two area games, then there's a sub-region round. There's two regional games which are at Wallace, and then the two games that are at the state tournament in Birmingham. Your sub-regional game is hosted by we have corresponding areas that we match up with, and so the winner of an area hosts the runner-up of the other area. So if we both win Thursday and Friday, we would host our sub-region on that Monday and Tuesday, the 14th and 15th. If we were to make it to the finals and lose, we would travel on the 14th and 15th.
Okay. I always get the region and the area mixed up. So,
yeah. What do y'all think? This is the way it used to be back when I played.
Look, I remember back when Coach Paul played.
The way they did then, it was one and done. You played the area tournament. If you didn't win it, then there was no second place moving on. What's y'all's opinion on that? I know sometimes you might like it, sometimes you might not.
Well, here's what I would say. I like the way it's set up, and I can recall several times that this has been the case where you have a loaded area where you got, potentially two or three of the best teams in the state all in one area. And if you only, let one come out of it, you've essentially eliminated the second and third best team. So doing it this way where you have a chance to, redeem yourself if you have an off game, I like that because, that's happened plenty of times where
the runner-up goes and wins the sub-region and then goes to the regional and wins the regional and then goes on and has a shot at state. So I like the idea of the top two still playing, but that's just me personally.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I mean, you've got teams or some areas obviously that are better than others, and then but also for the kids too. You want them to have that opportunity to make a regional tournament, and they know they're one of the better teams, and it just happens that they lose on that night, and it kind of cuts them out of that. So it's about opportunities for our student athletes as well.
Yeah.
To be able to experience that, because that's a big part of it.
Yeah, and of course I never thought of it from the standpoint of maybe having an off night and knowing that you could have played better. Of course that hurts whenever you got to go home after one of those. But at the same time, if I got past one of those teams, I don't know that it'd be like Alabama and Georgia. I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to meet up with them later on.
No, that's a good point.
So one thing, we covered your game out at Lindsay Lane on Thursday night, and I want to compliment you both. We were both set up right there next to your bench, and there was nothing I had to go back and edit out of the game before.
That's good.
Well, I'd be lying if I said, man, I got to be careful what I say over here. No, I'm just kidding. No, our kids are a delight to coach, and we're both passionate. But I can speak from what I've been around Dale. Dale's an upstanding individual, and you wouldn't have to worry about that from him. And I would hope people would say the same about me. You'll hear a little bit of screaming and yelling, but that's about it.
Oh yeah. We got to hear some of the. We got to hear a little smidgen of the coach to player coaching there one-on-one
awesome,
there, but nothing just like really over the top there or anything. It's just like but Kiera Jeans, Coach Paul, she had a good game the other night, and I think Skylar Townsend was our player of the night from the boys game, but I was going to mention Kiera. Kiera is our player of the week, or our athlete of the week this week here on Tailgate Talk. So she gets
a T-shirt, doesn't she?
She gets a T-shirt and a gift card from Applebee's.
Well, that's great.
Thought you'd let her know.
I'll tell you what, I will. Kiera is a joy to coach. She's really come a long way, and I just love how she's stepped up with this being her senior year and just kind of stepped into a lead role, and she's done everything we've asked her to do and then some. So I'm really, really excited for her. She's knocking on the door of 1,000 points for her career, and really hoping that we can go on this run and she'll be able to hit that mark.
That would be great.
Is she a senior?
She is.
Okay, that's what I thought. And Skylar, Coach Taylor. Talk about him just a minute.
Yeah, Skylar, he's a young guy, just sophomore, so just a 10th grader. And he's obviously one of our leaders on and off the floor. He does a lot for our basketball team, and he garners a lot of attention from a lot of other players. Other teams and players, for that matter. He's a pivotal aspect to our team. Definitely brings some good athleticism and a great dynamic to our team. But now we've got some guys like Trevor Keenum and Andrew Presnell that we're putting around him that are able to get some shots. So that's really helping him out because he can really get in the lane. But if we can't hit some perimeter shots, it really hurts his game a little bit. So he's played really well for us all season for the most part. And obviously, if we're fortunate enough, I think our team's good enough to make a regional tournament if we can do what we need to do. And, our players play like they need to play, and he'll be a pivotal piece of that regional tournament run if we can get there. And if he plays well and got some guys knock down some shots, and sky's the limit for this team. I've been telling them that since the beginning of the year. I think we're 13-11 right now, but had a few close losses, and the sky's the limit. If this team can be a regional tournament team, maybe a Final Four team, if things go the right direction and we do things the right way. So it's going to be really exciting to see how Skylar plays and see how other guys play around him as well.
And another one of your players, Jakeem Fletcher, signed a football scholarship back on Wednesday, too.
Yeah, yes, sir. We're proud of Jakeem. You know, Jakeem didn't play last year. He's played every year, and then he played last year. And, you know, he decided to come out and play this year, and he has really come on late for us. As of late, he has played really well, and he's going to be a pivotal piece for us going into the postseason here, because, you know, guys on the perimeter got getting some attention from shooters and things like that. He's just a tough matchup because he's just starting to really use his body well and be able to score big, strong kid. So if he gets you sealed down in there, or he gets you, you know, pushed out of the lane, the lob over the top, you know, it's really hard to get through him. And the defensive end, it's really hard to score on him just because he's so big and strong.
Yeah.
And for us basketball-wise, so it's been a really positive thing that he's come back out. But one thing I'll say about Jakeem is he has really matured from 2 years ago when he played basketball. He's become a leader on the team out of practices and on the bench and kind of a vocal guy. And he has really been a positive force since he came back this season. And we're proud of him, obviously, for signing a football scholarship. And I'm sure being the guy that he is, he's going to be able to go to Alabama State and do great things and contribute down there football-wise.
And like about every high school basketball team, he's the guy you can look at and say, he's on the football team.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, there's no doubt about that. Yeah. The thing is, he's so big, but he moves so well. You know, he knows how to use his body. He knows how to get in position. He can bend at the knees and at the waist to really get down in front of people. And you know, there's times throughout the season, especially since Christmas, that if we needed a big bucket or we need to stop a run, hey, we're going to see if we can get it to Jakeem right here on the block, and he's really come through for us.
That's tough when you get a big man that can shoot and graceful on that block. It's very difficult to defend, and even if you do defend him, sometimes you're going to send him to the free throw line.
Absolutely, and he's been pretty good, pretty solid from the free throw line for the most part. I mean, he's not shooting a great percentage per se, but, you know, it's not a hack-a-shack situation. I mean, he's going to usually get at least 1 out of 2, and there's a couple of games he's got fouled late, went 2 for 2 from the line, and we win the game by 1 or 2 or 3 points, and he put them in, you know. So he's played, like I said, the last about 3 weeks he has really, really come on for us, and he's going to be a pivotal piece for us if we want to try to make a regional tournament run here.
That's great. Coaches, thank you so much, and best of luck in the area, in the regionals. And like I said, hope you win.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Good luck.
Thank y'all for having us. We really appreciate it.
Hey, we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Jordan Paul, girls Tanner coach, and Dale Taylor, the boys Tanner basketball coaches, and they'll be hosting the area this coming week. So it's time to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKAC, the Big 1080.
Missed part of this week's show? Archives are available on our website. You can also hear us on your favorite podcast platform, including iTunes, Google, Amazon, and more. Just check out the podcast page at tailgatetalk.net for a list of available apps and links. We'll be back with more of Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this. Quality Vinyl is on your side. Quality Vinyl in Athens has been in business since 1987, offering great prices and service the whole time. What has changed is the technology of their products. From vinyl siding and shutters, sunrooms and screen rooms, to doors, windows, columns, and rails. Quality Vinyl, located on the corner of Highway 72 and Reed Road in Athens, just 6 miles west of I-65. Call 232-2665 or visit them online at qualityvinyl.net. Quality Vinyl is on your side. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. P4 Physical Therapy is a new outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in Athens, Huntsville, and Winfield, Alabama, as well as Fayetteville and Knoxville, Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community will recognize. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I'm First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Carla Serrato from Tanner High School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great. Member FDIC.
The Play Action Sports Report is back in podcast form. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
Hi, this is Ray Scott, former Detroit Pistons player and coach, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
I'm all about that action. 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 I said I'm all about that action.
And welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, ladies and gentlemen, live here from Willow Oak Farms this morning. Wedding venue out here in Elkmont, Alabama. Very nice place for your wedding, or as we had this morning, pancake breakfast at the world-famous pancake breakfast from Elkmont softball team, girls softball team. And we're live. Tom McClung, old Tom Cat here alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. The rest of the crew is on assignment today. And we've got our Swami of the SEC joining us now, AP Steadham. Mr. Steadham, welcome back to the show, bud.
Hey, good morning. Good morning. So glad to be in Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama. Tom and Tim, I was wondering, did you have the contract for the new Auburn coach? Are you reviewing it right now?
Actually, I think we've still, the coach we have will be there Monday.
Okay.
I think we're going to keep him. I could be wrong, but that's one I'm hoping things I was hoping to talk to you about today.
Yeah, that's my preference. I mean, I don't think after 1 year you've had some issues at the quarterback position. You've had some coordinators leave, and all these players that complain about his style. Fine. You're reading them out, and the fact that he has double digits in the transfer portal, so does everybody else.
Right.
That's nothing. I don't think that's anything new. Now, if you have a bunch of guys who are vociferous with their objection to his coaching style, that's something slightly different. But they're not the first ones ever to complain about a coach being too hard when you had somebody who has a completely different style in Gus Malzahn.
That's true. Totally different style from Coach Malzahn. I saw on Twitter Justin Hokanson posted, maybe it wasn't Justin, it was one of those guys from on3.com, posted that the athletic director, Alan Green, had a meeting with the entire football team and that things went well. I think the kids on the roster there are fully supporting Coach Harsin. But to me, AP, the timing of this stuff is suspicious because you interviewed him down at the Senior Bowl and
Tuesday.
Yeah, on Tuesday, and then he goes on vacation and just happens to be out of town when all of this stuff breaks. I mean, that stinks to high heaven.
Yeah, that's behind the back, and I don't mean like a basketball dribble either.
No,
I mean that was, like you said, highly irregular, and I think that now that you've had all these people transfer, the ones that are not happy with their situation are gone. And I say, fine, we wish you well, but we're on to other things. We're going to straighten out our quarterback situation. We've got a transfer from Texas A&M, one from Oregon. We still have TJ Finley.
Yes.
We're trying to do the best we can with our recruits and the people who want to be here. We're going to get us an offensive coordinator that wants to be, believe me, there's people who want to be in a Power 5 program, specifically the SEC, and will gladly take that money.
Well, how did he do on signing day?
That's one of the anybody this time.
Yeah, no, they didn't sign anyone. They went after 3 players, and they thought they were going to get this kid named Jack Pyburn. He's a wrestler, 3-star edge rusher, and they really went hard on him. In Florida, it's like most every kid around here either grows up dreams growing up to play for Auburn or Alabama, and in Florida was his dream school. And they come up in the last week, offered him a scholarship, and took him away from us. So there was our lone signee that we thought we had.
Right. But he didn't have many people on his own side helping him, Coach Harsin, it doesn't seem like. And with this transfer portal, your recruiting is never done right up until you start practice for the fall.
Exactly.
So you have a chance to make some inroads in different units of your team. So, you give somebody 1 year, and there's a little bit of discontent. I'm trying to keep it, mild here, but maybe, you're weeding out some people that shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Very possible. I know from what I've heard in interviews, again, is that Coach Harsin and his staff, he makes the final call on whether they offer someone or not, but they're picky. Right. They are very picky. They're not going to offer a scholarship to someone just because there's a vacancy. They're going to their offer, it's going to be someone they want.
Yeah, I think that's a good philosophy, because if you take a chance on one person that's suspect, that grows like, just a bad weed in your garden, and it just destroys everything. So, that's his philosophy. He's committed to that. So good for him. But I just can't see you give somebody 1 year and you're going to bring in somebody, and that person is going to say, gee whiz, I need X more dollars because you folks down there are a little touchy.
Yeah, a little.
Wow, second gardening reference.
I know that's another gardening reference.
Okay.
Yeah, I love these words, these 3 words, powers that be down there. They didn't want Harsin. Everybody knew who they wanted. Coach, athletic director Alan Green made the hire, which is Coach Harsin is a very good football coach. He made the hire outside of the wishes of the PTB, and Coach Kevin Steele just landed a defensive coordinator's position recently, and but everybody knows that's who the folks behind the scenes wanted to hire.
Right, because they probably figure they can manage him.
Exactly.
The other guy, he's a maverick coming from Boise.
Yep.
And he's not willing to take any marching orders. He has his own drum beat. And like I said, Kevin Steele, he went to Maryland for 5 minutes, and he took a detour there and headed south to Miami with Mario Cristobal.
Right.
So, and Kevin Steele's been a lot of places. So,
he's a good coach.
He's a good coach. Is he a head coach?
Right.
Is he a head coach? He hadn't shown to be.
No, he sure hadn't. They sure hadn't.
So, I'm not saying he can't improve. Like, their coaches over time, even Bill Belichick, had his moments when he first started in the head coaching field. It took him a while to be the Bill Belichick. And so, but I'm still not in favor of firing a coach after 1 year.
Now, talk a little bit about Coach Saban when he first got to Alabama. His famous rant that was, when I first got here, you guys were just glad to win a game, and now,
that's right.
If they lose the game, everybody's crying. Coach Saban had to go through a similar situation when he got to Alabama.
Yeah, that's the scenario. We're glad to see you, Coach. Can you win a game for us? Oh, Coach, can you win X amount of games? Coach, can you win X amount of games by a certain amount of points? Coach, can you win X amount of games by a certain amount of points and win them all?
Coach, can you win a national championship?
Exactly.
How many?
Right. Oh, yeah, can you win more than one? Yeah, it keeps progressing.
Yeah,
they get spoiled, So, he's shown signs. They started off, 6-2? Is that right? 6-2, ended up winning losing the last 5.
Yes, it was very similar, eerily similar to Auburn's season this year.
Yeah, so, I just think that Auburn, live with this. Who's running the store down there? Is the tail wagging the dog, or what's happening down there? We all listen to the players, that's fine. But I read some of the comments about we come from the hood and he doesn't understand us. Well, when you have the leader, you've got, Vince Lombardi walked in the room. He's not caring about your feelings. You're supposed to care about his feelings.
Right.
I know that's a different era, but I'm not worried about where you came from, the farm or from the hood.
Exactly.
We're all one, and we're trying to work towards a singleness of purpose, and you're trying to conform to our organization's goals and philosophies.
Yeah.
It's not the Mobile team or the Huntsville team. It's Auburn University football team directed by Coach Brian Harsin.
Yeah,
exactly.
Don't care where you came from. He's looking at where you go.
Where you are right now. That's exactly right.
Well, we do have other things going on.
Yes, we do. Go ahead, Tim.
Alabama's taking on Kentucky tonight.
Yes. We all know that if Alabama shoots well, the name of the game is basketball. Put the ball in the basket.
Yes, sir.
But Alabama, there was one stat at a certain point in the season. They shot the ball from the three-point line over to 40% just one time. In the prior years, about 10 times. So there's a difference, as we know, in their shooting. And also defensively, they were in the top 5 last year, defensive efficiency. When I checked maybe a week or so, they were in the 50th. So that's a big drop-off. So we realized that Kentucky, they got a lot of talent. They're playing very well, and it's going to be difficult. Alabama has to shoot the ball, and they have to have consistent intensity on the defensive side and rebound.
And that's one of the things Coach Pearl talked about, how good a rebounding team they were.
Right. Alabama's roster, like I've stated to you before, I think they need a few players with some muscle.
Yes.
They have some height, some length, but they're very thin. That's what makes the rebounding tough sometimes. But they have a chance. We saw they beat 3 teams that were in the Final Four last year.
ain't that something?
Then they lose to Iona, Davidson. Now, saying those are 2 excellent coaches at Davidson and Iona.
Yes, and the Davidson loss is really not that bad because Davidson was on a 16-0 winning streak.
Yes. You just can't have them as your substitute team playing at home and then lose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that.
You don't look too smart.
Book a team for homecoming and get beat on homecoming. So.
Right. Yeah, that's a similar situation, Fred. That's a good analogy. Sure.
But yes, Bama can play with Kentucky.
Yeah, they can play with anybody because they have some shooters on occasion.
Now that was one of the things that Quinterly and Shackelford just kept dropping threes in Auburn Arena this past week, and that's really what kept them in the game. Right.
Yeah. Those guys are not big guards, but they can be effective. They have to cut down on their turnovers. They have to play more as a team, I think. Some of their shot selection leaves a lot to be desired. But like I said, they can beat anybody because there's no dominant team in the country, I don't think.
Absolutely.
There's a handful of very good ones, though.
Right. Well, AP, I hate to do it, but we're at our time's over with, and best of luck to Bama today. Beat that Kentucky team, and that team from up there in that Bluegrass State, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
And hopefully we'll still have Coach Harsin as our coach Monday morning. That's what I'm rooting for.
Yeah. We'll continue that saga and get it on get it on the football and not the coaching staff and all this other business and these powers to be and there's all this interference. I mean, there's an official, if there was calling interference on Auburn, he'd have to go to the doctor to check his elbow. He'd be throwing the flag all this time.
That's the truth, buddy. Well, thank you so much. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
See you. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, AP Steadham on the First National Bank Hotline, making communities great, and it's time. On behalf of Tom McClung, old Tomcat, producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert, we ain't got to go home, but we got to get ourselves up out of here. We will see you next week.
AP Steadham, Heisman Trophy voter, Maxwell Award voter, and Biletnikoff Award voter can be heard every week on From the Press Box with AP on WHEP AM and FM in Foley, Alabama. He can also be found on Facebook and Twitter. We'll be back with more Applebee's Tailgate Talk after this. Broken bones, burns, allergies, asthma, or other such injuries or illnesses may not be life-threatening, but you still don't want to be waiting around forever in the emergency room. A Proxy Urgent Care in Madison provides a fast, pleasant experience for those unwanted occasions. Open 6 days a week, a Proxy Urgent Care accepts most insurance plans. A very affordable self-pay price is available as well. They also offer vaccinations, blood pressure checks, sports physicals, and more. Ask about their at-home COVID test, too. A Proxy Urgent Care, spelled APPROXIE, located at 101 Ivory Place in Madison between Zaxby's and O'Reilly's. Call 325-0236. A Proxy Urgent Care.
This is Bella LaFontaine with Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We take care of all the basics. We take care of cockroaches, ants, wasps. As far as rodents go, most places they'll trap or poison, and that's the end of it. What we do is we're actually going to find the entry points, and we're going to take care of that for you. We do a lot of work with a lot of realtors here in town to bring houses to the closing table. So one of the big things about us is that we're not a sales company. We are a service provider. So we're not looking to meet a sales quota. We're looking to get a house ready to go to closing and get our customers taken care of. This is Bella LaFontaine, Crown Service Termite and Pest Control. We are located at 3413 6th Avenue in Huntsville, Alabama. Phone number is 256-701-7095.
Hey guys, this is Joanna Clem for CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to visit CEI Bookstore. While you're here, you'll find a wide selection of Bibles, gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more for you and your church. Our friendly staff will be happy to help you with your selections while you shop in the store. We even offer personalized Bible imprinting and gift wrapping. Not in the Athens area? Enjoy shopping with us online at truthbooks.com. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Accidents happen. It's a part of life. So next time a wreck is a part of your life, Sides Auto Body Repair is there to lend a hand. Since 1987, Sides Auto Body Repair has been guiding customers through the repair process with as little stress as possible, offering free estimates, a limited lifetime warranty on their work, as well as saving you the headache of handling the insurance paperwork. They're also ICAR Platinum certified and can boast over 60 years of combined experience. Call their Highway 72 West location at 230-6464 or Highway 72 East at 444-0729. Either way, call them first. Sides Auto Body Repair.
The new year is upon us, and 2022 gives you too many reasons to upgrade. With Ardmore Telephone Company's broadband internet, you will be more productive working from home, enjoy seamless streaming, and blast your competition with more bandwidth. There are too many benefits to list. Upgrade your internet service today. Call ATC at 800-830-9946. New internet customers get the first month free.
Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk live on location. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Join us next Saturday at 10 a.m. on 1080 WKAC. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.